The biggest honor when Chill says your YouTube channel.
I think that fucking shipyard we went to is scary enough.
Shipyard.
Yeah, it was awful. Awful.
Shipyard, innit?
It was shipyard.
There's a branch touched Connor's leg and he's like, "It's a snake, I swear!" And he like runs off.
Something ran over my leg.
You can watch the video, slow it down, you see it's a twig. And he's like, "Oh god, there's a snake or something."
You can't see it's a fucking twig.
It's
You're
a
even
twig,
pointing
mate.
at my
It's a
foot.
twig, mate. It's a twig.
Chris just wants me to be a little bitch.
And then there was a spider. Oh god, I'm gonna die. There's a
that
spider.
was big.
Spider.
That spider was big.
Awful.
Spider was big.
Were you allowed to film there?
Well, it's kind of like public accessible. It's just you just walk through. Yeah.
There's no sign that says no.
If there's a no entry sign, you always
There's a lot
obey
of
that.
them that say no entry.
Right,
Don't go in there. We did actually go to one that was like no entry. We avoided it. Yeah. So be careful with
It
hiking.
says don't enter, but it doesn't say don't film. that's the pachinko loophole, right?
Yeah.
I figured if there's no sign saying you can't go in and it's publicly accessible, I mean...
Yeah.
There was no wall or anything. We didn't like climb a fence.
No,
or
it was
anything
literally
like
just like you're on a road,
Mhm.
you just... There's like a patch of grass, you just walk into the grass and you're there.
that. Yeah.
So Chris, it's been a good year for you, you'd say.
Somebody
Made a lot of videos.
Well, somebody sent me a message being like, on the Trash Taste podcast at the start of the year, your like New Year's resolution was to do something crazy and wacky, and you got the studio and you met Ken Watanabe.
Yeah.
So it kind of
That's
did.
pretty crazy and
I'm
wacky.
pretty happy with how the year's
And you
gone.
had
You
Wacky
literally
weekends.
made wacky weekends, I was going to say.
Yeah.
I thought that's what you
Yeah,
were
have it
leading
in the
to.
name.
I was like, wow, I got left to hung and dry there.
Yeah.
But everyone's like, when you're doing something with Garnt, and so
True.
that's
When
my
are we
like
doing something, Chris?
2022.
New Year's
2022, man.
resolution,
2022. Yeah.
I want to do a 6-part travel series with Garnt called Taken for Garnted.
Have you been like writing these jokes and just writing them all down?
I'm just a genius.
And I prepared that 3 months ago.
Yeah.
You've been waiting to say that.
I
You
want
can
to.
tell.
I want to abuse Garnt through physical activity. I want to like climb Krakatoa with Garnt. I want to go to
Krakatoa.
like just do the crazy
Fucking
like
Chris
physical shit.
abusing my body, taking me to Wankasoba.
Wankers.
He's got the video demonetized.
It's awful.
Wanker sober.
What horrible.
That doesn't sound like a dish. It sounds like something you do every night.
What an awful experience.
Is that how it's pronounced, or is that just how Connor's pronounced?
it's not. It's just him
It's
butchering
Wanker
the
soba.
language.
Wank. There's still wank in there. It's
soba.
wank. It is wank.
Because he can't. Yeah, because we went to a bar with Jan the other day, and he goes,
Yeah.
"Chris just made me eat wank sober," and I'm just like, "What shit sober? What's going on?"
It was shit. No, it's alright. It was
He
pretty
loved
good.
it. He loved it.
It was good. There's just too much. But I was like, why do I have to ruin my body for your fucking channel, Chris? How about you ruin my body for my channel?
Yeah, I did. You
Oh,
put
yeah.
me on a
He-
stupid
he
ferry.
ruined his mind for you.
Yeah.
Getting
Yeah.
Curious
On the-
George.
Yeah, on the crane game.
Curious George, PTSD, high blood pressure, and then like they did a ferry. It was like, oh, there's a ferry. It's really good. We're on a ferry. Shit. I got really seasick, and I had to like lie down the entire shoot. Otherwise, I stood up. I was like, "Blah."
It
was
was in
awful.
a horrible mood.
At least my videos, they're like fun.
Oh yeah. Going to an abandoned shipyard at 1 a.m. freezing cold.
Who wouldn't want to do that?
That sounds fun.
Do you want to go to the abandoned shipyard?
Fuck yeah, that sounds
There you
like
go.
a
Yeah,
great
it's super
time.
fun.
Take it for granted. Coming soon.
How long did it take you to think of the name Wacky Weekends? Where'd that come
That was
from?
like the-
Where'd
that
that
was
come
like
I
the
from?
said it
name.
as a joke. I was like,
We
let's
couldn't think of a better one.
we do something like wacky on a weekend.
Probably around the
Wacky
same
weekend.
amount of time as it took the Anime Man to be formed. As in 5 seconds.
Nothing else worked though that was snappy.
Yeah. Wonder Weekend.
Chris-
Wicked Weekend.
Chris and Connor.
I think Wacky Weekend.
The
kinda
Chris and
works.
Connor show.
Chris and Connor abroad in Japan.
Yeah, Chris nearly fucking killed me on the bridge as well. That bridge was so
the road
dangerous. That was actually so dangerous.
Yeah, it was pretty
Fun.
That was pretty ropey.
This poor kid nearly died on that bridge.
Went to the worst hotel in Japan. I
Oh
still
my
actually,
God.
I think that is the worst thing I've done this year. I've
That
done a
was
lot of horrible
horrible.
shit, but like the Cessna over an active volcano. But like
Oh,
this hotel room we went
Yeah.
to, I still can't get the smell of that room out my head. And like,
I wish you were there because you should have seen like the 3 hours of Chris just being like, we've got to stay, haven't we? And I'm like, no.
if you watch the video, you can see our eyes go red over the period of the shoot because
It's
the air's
awful.
just filled with like
Mold.
48
There's
kinds of
mold
mold.
everywhere.
Yeah.
Oh,
And
okay.
you're
Blood.
asthmatic like me, right?
Yeah.
I'm amazed I made it out of that room alive. I was like,
We were
Towards the
filming,
end.
right? And I was like, obviously we'd already paid for the room, but it was such a state where I was like, could you get another cheap hotel that isn't bad?
Yeah.
Because why stay here?
Yeah.
And Chris was just like, I think we should stay here. I'm like, for what reason, Chris?
content.
Even though I was dying, there's something still awkward about going down to a hotel
Yeah.
desk after 2 hours and be like, oh, we got to go now, bye.
Yeah,
And like,
it's not that Chris was worried about the content. We'd already got the content. We filmed the room. Chris was like, He just didn't want to go and confront the staff that we were checking out.
All right.
And I was like, I'll fucking do it. He's like, no, we can't do that. It's rude.
British,
It's rude.
man of
It's
honour,
rude. And I was
British
like,
people.
and I'm like, all their clientele here are checking out after 1 hour. Why do you think that is?
That's true.
Yeah.
People were coming and going.
What I discovered that
Literally.
night, we did, we
Sure, it
essentially
was
checked
mold that
out.
was in the air.
There was blood on the wall as well.
Oh, God.
There was blood on the wall.
They're under the
one
bed, right?
giant blood stain on his mattress.
They hadn't hoovered under the bed; they just hoovered around the bed. And if you lifted the bed in the video, you shit.
Massive piles
Oh,
of dust. Massive layers. Like
How is
black
it still in
layers.
operation?
I think I
So
don't
it's
know.
a money laundering front or something, I think. But we and then we tried to check into another hotel. And in Japan, we discovered that it's really hard to check into a hotel past sort of 11,
The
12
Armlove
p.m.
hotels.
Yeah.
And the staff are really angry at this nice hotel. We tried to get in. They were like, "What do you want?" We're like, "A room." They're like, "No, we can't do it." And then they were just like being really dicks about it.
Yeah, we were like, can we have a room with 2 beds? And they were like, no, we don't have one. And then we were like, how about 2 rooms with 1 bed? And they were like, okay. Yeah.
That's yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, it was like, all right, well, I guess we won't pay you then. I guess it was very strange.
Mm.
I understand it's probably an inconvenience, but well.
Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely.
I mean, you're in the service industry.
yeah.
Literally.
Yeah.
The person
It's quite weird
at
for
the
Japan, really.
the person at
Yeah.
the 1-star hotel was more affable than the people at the 4-star hotel, and that's the irony.
Well,
of it all.
I
The
think they
person was
were-
actually quite nice at
I
the
think they
shit
were
hotel.
affable because they were like, oh my God, people are actually staying here.
Oh my God, money.
What the fuck?
A customer.
It was in a really sketchy area as well.
Yeah,
It was very seedy.
Well,
Yeah.
you don't have a hotel like that in a fucking uptown area, do you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
God, it's so hard to talk about this without sounding like a fucking snob, but it was really just awful. It was so bad.
Well, I mean, it's the worst hotel, right? Of
Yeah.
course, you're not
It
going to
was
be
like-
like, yeah, it was lovely. It was a Commonwealth.
it was the
There's
worst
always
hotel I've
someone like
slept
that in the comments though. It's like, you got a roof over your head? It's more than most. And it's like, fuck off, mate. This roof over my head's going to kill me in 1 hour. Fuck off. Like,
in. It's the first time I've been in a hotel room and actively like worried about my physical health. You know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's quite a weird sensation to
I
pay
was
for that.
Googling like, how many types of mold are there? And I was like going around the room spotting each
It's
one
like-
of them.
If there's mold in the room, you should probably leave as soon as possible. But the kicker was like when Connor pulled the blanket back and there was just a big patch of blood on my bed. And I was like, oh, it's time to go. Like you can't sleep in a pool of
It
blood.
looked like either somebody was stabbed and they were bleeding on the bed, or
Or someone missed the time of month.
I think
Yeah.
it looked like that.
Yikes.
It was
Either way, no
That
thank
is-
you.
that is, that I would also get out.
Take it for
Yeah.
granted. Are you ready?
Did I find that hotel? Did I find that hotel? Or did you find it?
Huh?
Did I find that hotel or did you find it?
I can't remember. I know.
So I remember I found
Tried
a
to
ton
wipe
of
it
other
from my
ones
head like a
around,
neuralizer
yeah.
from Men in Black. I want it out. The only evidence is that video. I
Yeah.
don't want to remember that.
'Cause we found a ton of hotels in Shikoku that looked really bad,
Mm.
Bleak.
really rough hotels.
But
Because I think no one stays there.